Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents. I woke up this morning and I was feeling pretty good. I mean, I woke up at 3, watched a TV series by Amazon. Yes, I'm promoting this one. This is called Night Sky. I'm liking it at the beginning. I see where it's headed, and I think it's kind of cheesy how they got there, but I like it, okay? And I'm watching Night Sky, and I'm watching 2 episodes, which is about an hour and 15 minutes of my time that I'll never get back. And then I go back to sleep because that's my routine. And I'll sleep for 2.5 more hours. And then I'll get up and I will feel refreshed. Refresh. I like that refreshing feeling in the morning. And ladies and gentlemen, there was a call that came in at 7 a.m. Now I'm still asleep because I just went to sleep at 4:30. And I'm going to be getting up about 8. So I told the person, hey, I don't know what time it is, but I'm on the West Coast. So give me at least another hour. And I explained to him why. And he says, all right, I'll give you a call in an hour. I got something I want to talk to you about. I said, all right, no problem. There's somebody I communicate with on a regular. And I go back to sleep and I wake up at 8:18. I slept for another hour and 15 minutes. And I woke up feeling great. I mean, Tony the Tiger ain't got nothing on me. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I said to myself, wait a minute, I got to go get some water. It's going to be raining this week and the roads are going to be muddy and I don't feel like dealing with all that mud. So let me go and get some water. Get in the truck and the battery is dead. Oh my goodness, gotta resurrect the battery. And I don't feel like grabbing the cables. I turn the car around to use the car to jumpstart, and then I realize, wait a minute, oh, that battery has a lid on it, and I can't jumpstart it with the car because I don't feel like taking all that stuff off. So I said, I'll just take the battery out and bring it in the house and put it on the charger. Ladies and gentlemen, the battery has a dead cell. So that means I got to buy another battery. No problem. I can afford another battery. I can afford it. I don't mind it. And I'll trade this piece of junk battery in because they don't last very long anyway. And as I'm walking out the door, I say to myself, and you won't believe this, but I want you to understand it. Look at that. Nobody has interrupted my day with this Merry Visma stuff or Happy Holiday. None of that bolt has happened today. Yay! Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we're really happy, all right? Because we really do need to ask that question. Because as you can see in the title of this video, it's not a happy moment right now. Somebody that I'm just my whole day. And it wasn't George. George is my man. Y'all need to understand this. George, can you ask the people the question that I need to ask them? Now he's got a question for y'all. I need y'all to pay attention. Listen to that. That's a little jazz spin to the beat. One, two. Come on now, y'all know what we're talking about right here. All right, George. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, that long intro. Are we really happy here? Ladies and gentlemen, I could not have picked a better song to start this video off. And the reason for that is because life is a masquerade and it's a game all at the same time. Understanding anyway. We're lost in a masquerade. Now, the reason why I'm playing Masquerade, because I had to figure out what type of song to play at the beginning of this video that would explain my frustration, my anger. Because One person wished me on today a happy solstice because I just had a conversation with him 3 days ago not to do exactly what he did today. Then he's, well, I didn't mean anything behind it. Look here, mother. When I was a child, I wasn't stupid. I've never been ignorant. And there's no way in the world you're going to tell me on this day when you send me a so-called happy solstice that you're trying to force that bull on me. Well, I said that. Whatever. Look here, mother. Don't do it again. Now, that's when you hear me say don't do something again, that's me letting you know that you can do it again if you want. You see, that's what my mother told me. No, go ahead and do it again if you want. I told you guys how I did it again because I wanted to and got my beat. Okay? Because I didn't understand what she was saying when she said, go ahead and do it again if you want. I was doing it again because I wanted to because I thought that's what she was telling me I get to do. Whoo-wee! Did I learn later that I couldn't do it that way? And so when I say don't do it again, I'm not making a parody on a movie with Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby. I'm not making a parody on the Staple Singers. I'm not saying let's do it again. No, I'm saying do it again if you think you can. And at that point, I ain't got nothing else to say to you. You really must understand this, people. That will never change, that part of the personality, because that part of the personality is etched in stone. When that part of the personality say, hey, man, you don't understand. You can't do that again. Because if you do that again, that means I don't talk to you ever again. And there is no coming back from that. It has nothing to do with forgiveness. Now, let me see. Sorry, I have to switch the monitors for the cameras. And so that's what I came in here to do. So y'all just have to squeeze me. It squeezed me. Y'all know the saying. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, not only while I was telling this fool, because that's what he was, thinking that I was the stupid one. Like I said, he even in the conversation, well, no, because I wouldn't do that because you just said it. Thank you. I didn't say that part to him, but thank you. You just rest my case for me. Of course you would do that. Why would you even take the chance? Happy solstice? I know that the original date for Christmas was January 6th, the winter solstice. I know that, pay attention, they worship the sun god on December 25th. See, these things I know. Nobody told it to me. I did the research when I was 15 years old. For myself. Nobody came up to me and said, hey, if you want to be a Jehovah's Witness, you gotta know what happens at Christmas. Ain't nobody said no bull like that, and they ain't never did it. Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate Christmas, people, because it's a pagan holiday. It doesn't matter what you believe. Well, I only do it because I want to be around family. You can make up whatever excuse you want. You can make up whatever excuse you want. You can say whatever you want, but the God I serve. Now pay attention. The God I serve doesn't allow me to mix the two. And so I choose not to. Nobody made this choice for me. This was my choice. And it's not a simple choice, it's a serious choice. And every year, somebody wants to play me for a fool because they want to impose their tradition on me. I'm not going to tell you what Jesus had to say about man's traditions and how they try to impose their traditions ahead of God. I'm not going to do that. No, what I am going to say is that the individual, the one who did that, right after while I'm talking to him, do I get another one? What a big, huge white man with a beard and some red and some white, and there's some bells, and there's this big, huge Mary, for the mother of Jesus. And then there's the Christ mask underneath it. Yeah, Christ mask. Ladies and gentlemen, the Christ mask did not happen until his death. But shh, don't tell nobody that because they won't get it. Pay attention, it's Christ mass, not Christmas. It's Christ mass. Well, the last so-called supper didn't happen until March, April, Nisan 14th, according to the Jewish calendar. So for them to even take Christ mass and bring it all the way to December and then say, oh no, we can't do it in April. Oh God, well, we're going to have to make that Easter for the resurrection. Pay attention. Yeah, and we'll combine it with the day that they worship that goddess Esther. I don't do pagan holidays, people. I don't believe in pagan holidays. George Benson, thank you. We're not really happy here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I literally, I saw the video. I didn't know what the video was about. Hold on, I think it's this one. No, this is not it. Where'd it go? Oh, it's further down. Sorry. I did not know what the video was going to be about. I just saw the name and I've been thinking about this man right here, ladies and gentlemen, Danny DeVito. I've been thinking about Danny DeVito because I've liked Danny DeVito ever since Taxi. I'm a Taxi fan. Okay? I love Taxi. I like his wife. Woo-wee. Y'all just don't understand. I love them as actors. And I just realized Danny was getting kind of old and, hadn't seen him anymore. And I just was talking about him last week, so I saw the name and I clicked on it. And I was listening to it. And I listened to right about there 5 minutes. But hold on, I want you to hear what he said at, hold on, 3 minutes. Danny, go ahead and let them know.
Drain the monster,
Okay.
baby.
I'll be right back.
He had to go drain the monster. Okay?
Wow, this is a big day.
Oh, man, this is big. Look at
Monumental.
I'm gonna put my sweater on.
Yeah,
Okay.
get your Christmas
Put your
sweater
sweater on,
going.
man. Thank you.
You know?
This is so good.
While you're putting on that sweater, I would like to pose a question to all of you,
dear.
but mostly you, because I've heard plenty from them, and I don't
Right?
really want to hear anymore.
You've had enough of them.
How do you feel about Christmas music
Yeah.
starting to play before December?
I don't listen.
Or before, sorry.
Hold on, Danny. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I did not plan this. I didn't know they were going to look at the title. I didn't know they were going to be talking about this tree and sweaters and stuff. I didn't know they were going to be talking about that. We're not going to listen much longer. I just want you to hear what Danny has to say right now. See, he's going to tell you about how he doesn't have the music. I have not heard one single, pay attention, Christmas song this entire season. I don't go to malls, so I don't have to listen to the music, try to convince me to buy something. I don't have it playing because I don't listen to the radio where they forced me to listen to it. Why? So that I could get in the spirit of buying. Why? Because you only hear the music once a year during the same season when you're shopping for deals. So it's impulse buying that it helps contribute to. Don't take my word for it. Danny, you're older than me. Danny's 80 years old. Yes, that's right. Danny DeVito is 80 years old. Hold on.
Before Thanksgiving.
I don't listen to I don't go anywhere where it's like I don't go to an elevator. Or I don't
You're
go
not
to
in the
like
mall.
a mall.
Yeah.
Nobody in my house plays it.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, but I don't dislike it, but I think it's stupid. And Christmas is like really like basically
Wait,
just to
Danny.
sell
Wait,
things,
what did you
right?
just
'Cause
say?
that's what happened. Like,
Ladies and
it's in
gentlemen,
the
wait, hold on.
economy,
No, 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 no,
To
no, no,
play
no.
before
Hold
December.
on. Watch
I
this.
don't listen.
Or before Thanksgiving.
I don't listen to I don't go anywhere where it's like I don't go to an elevator. Or I don't
You're
go
not
to
in the
like
mall.
a mall.
Yeah.
Nobody in my house plays it.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, but I don't dislike it, but I think it's stupid. And Christmas is like really like basically just to sell things, right? Because that's what happened like in the economy like years ago around that time. sales were dipping. So somebody said, well, we got to do something to fix this. So let's do some holiday.
Yeah.
So they picked, they co-opted the winter solstice or whatever it's called.
Well,
And,
Jesus is
you know, and they,
Well,
and
Jesus
they
is very.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to understand. I haven't listened to this part. I didn't know that he was going to talk about the so-called winter solstice. I didn't know he was going to bring up that history. So I'm willing to listen to him a little bit more. Y'all too? Hold on.
well, no,
Let's be
Jesus
clear.
wasn't
I mean,
born that day.
yeah, yeah.
No.
Hey,
I wasn't.
listen.
What?
I wasn't there.
I shouldn't say
What
that.
day was?
I shouldn't tell.
What day?
Because, you know, the idea, the
Yeah,
whole,
we don't know.
Don't.
well, they already scientifically researched this,
Yeah,
that
they found out he
they
was born.
followed the star in Bethlehem at that time of the year. That star didn't exist. It existed at a different time. So he was actually born, I think, in March or April.
Next thing you're going to
of
tell
that
me that
year.
the Bible's not true.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. If you read the scriptures, it says the star appeared. And then the star guided them. It wasn't an actual star. That was made to appear. That's the creature known as Satan. See, when you see flying saucers, because that's what the star was. When you see unidentified flying objects, see, stars you don't get to see a star move. We don't get to see the universe move. I don't care if we had a time-lapse machine. Lord have mercy. You would never live long enough to see the universe move. The universe is constantly moving. You wouldn't live long enough. Remember, the speed of light. How many years? How many decades? How many millennia it takes certain light to reach the earth? But a star appeared in our universe, closer than the sun, and led these individuals to him so that Herod could find the child and kill him? Yeah. Anyway, so that star that they saw, that wasn't a North Star. Remember, the star led them to him. Nobody pays attention to the simple things. So they couldn't scientifically prove that. What they could scientifically prove is that Jesus died, let's just say Easter. Let's just say Easter for now. So Jesus died during Easter. That's April. So let's go all the way to April. He died at 33 and a half years old. Well, a half of a year is 6 months. So let's go backwards from April. March, 1 full month. February, 2 full months. Well, almost 2 full months. January, 3 full months. December, December. Wait, hold on. March, 1 full month. February, 1 full month. January, 1 full month. Not even the whole of December. It's only like 7 days of the. Wait a minute. 3.5 months. Ooh, that's the shortest 6 months I've ever seen. So it's impossible for him to have been born in December. He died 33 and a half. That was the prophecy. That was the documentation in history. Yes, that has been documented. So they can scientifically prove that he died during April. He died on the Passover. We know what day the Passover was, 9 and 14. So because he died on the Passover, his birth had to have been 6 months prior. That wasn't planning on even talking about that. That has nothing to do with religion. That has everything to do with facts. Okay, let's I'm finished with Danny and them. I didn't know it was going to that because when you let me show you the caption of the video. Not that's not it. Dagnabbit, I gotta go back one. Hold on. I gotta show you that I wasn't clicking on that video for this conversation because it's impotent. Impotent. Where's Danny DeVito at? See, it wasn't that one. Where Danny? I think they might have switched it because they did that before. When I went backwards, it showed a whole different. Yeah, these are all different. Even these are all different. Yep. So I can't show it to y'all because they keep changing it on me. They keep trying to figure out what my niche is, and because I keep coming from all kind of different countries, they can't locate. So they stuck on stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, when I received that little message, It was sent to me in a group text from members of the organization to which I founded. We have one rule about holidays in our organization. Well, we have several rules, but the holidays, you get the holidays off, and the holidays, we don't have meetings on holidays, and so on and so forth. But the main rule is we don't talk about religion. We don't do the happy holidays, and we don't do the Merry Christmas. Just had a conversation about it 3 weeks ago because we have new people that came in, and we needed to let them know that that doesn't happen. Why? Because we don't want to offend anyone. Not primarily myself, but we don't know if a person has beliefs or not beliefs in this or that. So imposing beliefs on a person, we don't do. That's the fairest way that we could make things. See, I can ignore it because I've grown up in America where they do this Christmas thing and Valentine's thing and Easter thing and 4th of July thing and Thanksgiving thing and always these so-called seasons. So I can handle it. I've been ignoring it all my life. But within the organization, why impose it on another person? Just like I don't get to impose my views on the members of the organization. This is not a cult where people are following my views. It's never going to be like that. Ladies and gentlemen, not only do they send it in a group text, but it doesn't say anything else. Just a big, huge, bright white man with a beard and a white and red suit and a big, huge smile. I mean, that face takes up the whole picture. And then across everything says Mary, the mother of Jesus, and his Christ Mass, the Trinity. That's what that's all about. Remember, Mary holding the baby, Jesus, Merry Christmas. Pay attention, Mary and Christ. And she's the quote unquote, pay attention, mother of God. How absurd that God could have a mother. No, 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 no. Hold on. Scripture says from eternity to eternity. So how absurd that he could actually have a mother. Shh, don't tell nobody. And thus, we don't allow that stuff into the organization. It leads to divisiveness. It leads to anger. It leads to people having opinions. And there are going to be some of my members in the organization who are going to watch this and who are going to cop attitudes. And I'm saying it right now. Not in any organization I've ever founded will that be allowed. You got an opinion or an attitude, you need to keep that junk to yourself. See, it's not allowed during our meetings. I'm allowed to say whatever I want to on my videos. Just like you guys can go and start your own videos and say whatever you want to. It's your prerogative. Okay? But on my videos, and I already had to delete one guy this morning from my email list. And those of you who are emailing Eon at eon.tv, when specifically under every video it says don't do that, it says it is reserved only for one purpose, you're being just blocked. So none of your communications are being read, you're just being blocked from that point forward. You're being sent to spam. I don't read any of the spam mail. Spam mail is spam mail. Doesn't deserve to be read. So your message doesn't get across. It doesn't get received. That's why we have the disclaimer at the bottom of every video, just in case you're trying to serve something or we ain't got time for all that bull. Just letting you know. That's the way things are. So, again, I wasn't planning on doing a video today because, like I said, I was having a very good day. I just fixed my meal last night. Oh, and I was enjoying it. And I said, you know what? Because I make enough for 9 people. I said, I'm about to have some more of that this morning. I'm not going to wait till this afternoon or this evening. I'm going to have it this morning. You better believe I sat up there and ate that. And I couldn't enjoy it because of the ignorance that I received. And you know, the first thing people say, because they all say it, I am 55 years old, everyone. I've been hearing this since the time I was 4 years old when people found out that I did not celebrate holidays. You know what they always say when I tell them, please don't do the Merry Christmas and the Merry Happy Holly Be, you know, berry and everything else, Holly Berry. Um, please don't do that. So they would say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I had good intentions." What the? Why do everybody say I had good intentions? Do you not understand, morons? That shows that you didn't have good intentions, that you did it on purpose. If you're all saying the same thing, that lets you know that that response is superficial at best. Ain't nothing good about your intentions. But every year people do it, and they do it on purpose. So, as I told the one guy, don't do it again. And as I told the group mail, quite a few people in the group mail responded, "Hey, what's this? What's going on?" Because when I sent it back, I didn't look to see who was the originator. My job was to make sure everybody knew that I'm tired of it. Ladies and gentlemen, 55 years of this bullshit. I'm tired of it. Keep it to yourself. You're worse than Hollywood when they force their agendas on people through all of their movies. I don't care about no woke and sleep and all of that bull. I don't care about trans this and bender this and alphabet soup this and all that stuff. You come up with all the stupid acronyms. I don't care nothing about none of that. I don't care. I don't care what you is, what you ain't, what you want to be. I don't care. Your ambitions are yours. Keep that to yourself. You know what I care about, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to get real with you. I was just talking to the young man who I said who called me this morning, and he pitched an idea to me, a business idea. And I told him, I said, I don't have the time to do another business. I'm doing way too much. I said, the ones that I'm focused on are the ones that I'm focused on. I said, I can't even do the EON channel. And I really need to do the EON.TV website. I said, so, and then we got the satcom.x website that will be up shortly at the beginning of the year. So there are so many things that are being done. Then we're going to be working on people with child support. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, I told him, I said, what I just did is told people how they could start their own business using their credits to offset people's debts if they did it the right way. I said, if people had delivered this information to people like Wesley Snipes, he wouldn't have gone to jail. If everyone could just understand how to help their neighbor, man, we would solve the deficit. Look, they did a 1.5 or $1.7 trillion budget. The way that works out is they're trying to devalue the dollar, but none of y'all are paying attention. Why do you think they've been doing all of this spending and spending and spending and misappropriation of funds and all of that stuff? Why do you think you have FTX? Well, technically, FTX was for them to get in the game of cryptocurrency and to control it. And I promise you, you're going to hear about those regulations come this next Congress. They're just waiting for that Congress to start, and you're going to see that's going to be one of their main agendas. Don't take my word for it. And then the young man who's out on bail, Mr. Bankman-Fried, you're going to see how they're going to, he's probably going to get maybe 2-3 years jail time, and he's going to be ordered to pay restitution, and his parents have had to put up $200 million and blah, 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 blah. First, you all need to understand this. The bail is exorbitant, but because of the publicity, no court is going to consider it as such. He and his attorneys need to do a bail reduction hearing to begin with, because there's no reason for the bail to be that high. And the judge who ordered that bail was a magistrate, but nobody's paying attention to that. It was a magistrate who did that, and they're only doing it to set an example publicly. They are making him a spectacle. So, as I said, to be honest with all of you, the way things work out is I put myself out here on video and I talk to you all and I provide information for you. I don't do anything wrong to any of you. I've never harmed you, never tried to offend you. And the fact that some of you would go out of your way to offend me, I don't understand it. I really, really, really don't understand it. You can't explain it to me. Because what are you going to say? Well, the reason I did it because see, don't you understand? Ladies and gentlemen, don't you understand? The moment you say, the reason I did it is because you document one thing, that you did it on purpose. Do you not understand? When you say the reason that I did it is because, that means it was done on purpose. Well, I had good intentions. That means you intended to do it. Thank you, George. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not just words. You don't realize by what you say, you are confessing. Why do you think police talk to people for 8, 9 hours? Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever go before the police and they want to question you, then you simply answer their questions by saying, I'm sorry, I do not wish to participate in your investigation. They ask you another question, they say something to get a rise out of you, and you want to respond because you know, and well, we're just going to charge you. I'm sorry again. I do not wish to participate in your investigation. Well, we're just going to arrest you. Again, as I said, I'm sorry, but I do not wish to participate in your investigation. Ladies and gentlemen, if they're going to arrest you, they're going to arrest you. And if they say we're just going to arrest you, that means they intended to arrest you in the first place. So keep your mouth shut. I do not wish to participate in your investigation. Police officer pulls you over for a traffic violation. Then you simply tell the officer, when he asks for your ID, I'm sorry, are you conducting an investigation at this time? Just that simple. Excuse me, I asked you a question. If he tries not to answer the question, you're going to have to call your supervisor, because when I ask you a question, you do not get to ignore my question. My question is a legitimate question. If you are conducting an investigation, you are by law ordered to tell me. Just that simple. Get out of the car. No, get out of nothing. Get your supervisor here. The moment I asked for your supervisor, we just took it out of your jurisdiction above your head to your supervisor. So when I say supervisor, that's not me pretending to ask for a supervisor. That's me demanding you call your supervisor immediately. And whatever excuse you want to come up with is too late, because I asked for a supervisor before you came up with an excuse. So get that supervisor here if you don't mind. It really is just that simple. And then you just explain to the supervisor. I told him I wasn't willing to participate in his investigation. He asked me, did I have identification? I told him yes. He asked me to hand him my ID. I told him no. That is my property. There is no law saying I have to give you my property. It really is that simple. He has the license plate number. It's registered properly, so he can issue the ticket. He has no problem with that. Well, what's your name? Excuse me? Well, we need to identify you. No, you don't need to identify me. I'm the only one who can identify me. Well, we just need to know your name and your birth date. No, you don't need that information. It's a traffic violation. For a traffic violation, you just issue the ticket to the owner of the vehicle. We both know that. Shh, don't tell nobody this stuff. This is the technical stuff. This is the stuff you have to know what you're talking about when you go to court. So don't just go out there and just start saying, no, they have to do this and they have to do that. Don't do that to yourselves, people. We're talking about how the statute was put together. Remember, statutes are not law. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is horrible that some people, because of their ignorance and stupidity, would want to force somebody because they don't like Jehovah's Witnesses, or because they don't like the fact that Jehovah's Witnesses won't take a blood transfusion. Thank you, George. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody and their grandmama talks about Jehovah's Witnesses because they don't do blood transfusions. But look at all the blood transfusions since everybody's gotten vaccinated. Lord have mercy. Ain't that interesting? Ain't that interesting? Look at what happened after AIDS came on the scene with blood transfusions. Ain't that interesting? Anybody remember Ryan White? Ain't that interesting? Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Ryan White because Ryan White did not deserve to die. He did not deserve to go through all of that. He didn't do anything wrong. His blood transfusion happened at a time when they were just starting the non-blood expenditures or non-blood exponents with bloodless surgery. If only people knew about bloodless surgery, invented by Jehovah's Witnesses who were doctors. Why? Because of the Bible's prohibition against taking in blood, consuming blood. Doesn't matter if you do it through your vein. People receive intravenous fluids and feeding through tubes and arteries. It's the same thing. Well, y'all getting technical. It doesn't matter. He gets technical too. So now, with blood transfusions and the people having these blood clot issues and these, they called it coffee grains. It looks like coffee grains. Blood transfusions is a whole different beast, ain't it? But people want to hate Jehovah's Witnesses for it because they refuse to compromise. On the holidays, we refuse to compromise. Now, there are some people out there who say they Jehovah's Witnesses and they still celebrate Christmas and Easter and Halloween and Thanksgiving, and yeah, there are people out there who say all kind of things. That's why I tell people, I don't just talk the talk. You know, I was talking with somebody whom I was incarcerated with. His name is Lou and Lewis, but Lou, Big Lou is what they call him. Lou is 5 foot, it's not 5 foot, 6'7", weighing 280 to 300 pounds. I think he's closer to 300 pounds, but Lou is mostly muscle because he's been in for 20 some years. And Lou and I hung out every single day. That Lou was a bully. But when I met Lou, I'm walking by and he says, I forgot what he said. Dang it. He said something to me and it was sarcastic. And I said to him, you know what? If you had not spoken to me at this very moment, I would not have said anything to you for the entire time I would have remained here. Because he was sarcastic with me. His very first comment to me was sarcasm. Nobody could have taught him that. Nobody could have told him that. You see, Lou is not the type of person I'd hang out with on the street. But Lou calls me at least twice a week. It's a very odd friendship, but he calls me at least twice a week now. On my dime, I pay for it for him to call me. And anybody else, most of the people who are incarcerated, they can dial my number, those who I give him permission to, and it's on my dime because they can't afford it. Lou's been in for 20 years. He doesn't have any money. When I was in there, I got Lou a TV. I I was getting a TV for myself, a color TV, with remote control and all that junk. And I gave him my TV and took his TV, which was worn down. The buttons didn't always work. I told him, I don't watch TV like that anyway, and it's just the TV. What needs to work works, so I can use that. And the one I gave him, the brand new one, stopped working about 6 months after I was gone. But the one that he gave me, was still working that I gave to someone else. Gave, not sold. That's what people hated. They thought that I did that for him for a favor or something. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't work that way. He told me on the phone last week because I brought it up. He says, no, 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 no. The only thing I liked about you from day one, you have kept it 100. His words to me. I said, what else was I supposed to do? Either I'm not true to who I am as a person. I said, you saw that I told you guys who I was when I came in there, and I have not changed. I am the same person. I may have improved on a couple of things, but I am the exact same person when I came in as when I came out, because I told you I wasn't going to let that place change me. And he complimented me on that. So why would people want to interfere with that? Why would they want to force me to be angry by their conduct? That person, that group was told to take my number out of their group. I didn't add my number to that MMS group. They did. They were told to take my number out of that group. And somebody decided to put it back in. What the? And that was done on purpose. Doesn't matter what they say, they can try to explain it away all night long, all day long. They can go talk to Lionel Richie. Whew. For those who didn't get that, Lionel Richie sang a song called All Night Long. Hey, George, there is no reason for them to carry on that way. Absolutely not. And so what does George say you guys are? Thanks, George. Whoa! All right, that's the last part of George. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what he's talking about. We all put on this facade, this what we want everybody else to see, this thing that is untrue, this image, because we can't show people the real us. Because if we showed them the real us, they wouldn't want to be around us. They wouldn't want to deal with us. Shame, shame, shame on us. Sorry, I had to let a fly out. I don't know what flies are doing around. I thought, it's too cold for flies, so I've been leaving the door open when I go out and everything, but I ain't doing that no more. But he's gone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents. Again, if only some of you knew what abilities you have as a result of the credits. If only some of you knew what abilities you have if you were just to simply do the contracts and the arbitration and create your own credits. If only some of you knew that if you took your time, followed the law, and followed the steps the way they've been outlined, you would not have any more financial problems for the next foreseeable years. Even if they change the system, the credits won't change, people, because you will predate the change in the system. Holler if you hear me, because some of y'all are not paying attention. Let me say this again. Some of y'alls are not paying attention. Everything is right there for you. You've been supplied all the information you need, but you don't want to do the work yourself. You want somebody else to do it for you. You don't want to take the time to learn the information. You want somebody else to do it for you so that you can reap the benefits of their labor. Shut up with that. Shut up. The moment you start making an excuse saying that's not me and I wouldn't do that, you need to understand that is you. That's why you're saying, that's why you want to speak up real quick saying that ain't you. The very fact that you are saying it isn't you means that it is you. Hold on. See, there's a difference with me. When I told you that I told those people when I was in that facility that the person I was when I came in here is the person I will be when I leave here. Ladies and gentlemen, they got to see it demonstrated. It wasn't just my words. We had individuals coming in there claiming they were Jehovah's Witnesses, either because they grew up as a Jehovah's Witness or they were around Jehovah's Witnesses or they studied with Jehovah's Witnesses. But these very same individuals claiming to be Jehovah's Witnesses were sitting up there participating in the extracurricular activities sexually with others. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not a Jehovah's Witness. That's a punk. Now, I don't mean a punk as in homosexual or anything like that. No, I mean a punk as in a real punk. Because Jehovah's Witnesses don't do that. Y'all need to understand what's being said. That's not how Jehovah's Witnesses act. See, Jehovah's Witnesses know that they can't bring reproach on Jehovah's name. That is the worst thing they can do. They can go out there and do anything else, but the worst thing they could do is bring reproach on Jehovah's name. And so that individual that he told me just came into the facility claiming to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses and doing all that stuff. His words to me, oh no, I know he ain't one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Because I know better. I know how they're supposed to act. Why? Because there I was doing the best I could to demonstrate that Jehovah's Witnesses don't do certain things. They don't participate in the reindeer games. Ladies and gentlemen, Jehovah's Witnesses do not participate in stupidity. That's what this video is all about. You see, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. It doesn't matter how you believe, when you believe, where you believe, why you believe. I am one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't want you to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses. You can be whatever you want to be. I know I can be what I want to be. Where's Nas when you need him? Y'all can be whatever y'all want to be. Okay? And for being whatever you want to be, there are consequences for being that. I don't have to suffer those consequences. I have my own consequences that I've had to suffer. Finish suffering those consequences. I done paid the price. But because I done been to the top of that mountain and I ain't trying to come down. Ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, you can do whatever you want. If you want to celebrate Christmas, you go right ahead and you celebrate your Christmas. Okay? If y'all want to, you know there ain't no such thing as Santa. Okay, no, hold on. Shut up. You know there ain't no such thing as Santa, but you would rather continue to participate in something you know is based on a lie. No, hold on. Hold on. A falsehood. But then you want to talk about fake news. And here you are participating in the very thing you know is fake. Shame on you. And shame on this world for participating in such stupidity. That's right. Christmas. You heard Danny DeVito say it. I didn't say it. He said it was stupid. Why? No, not saying Danny DeVito is the number one person to go to advice on the Bible, life, politics. I like him as an actor, people. I really do like Danny DeVito to this day as an actor. There's just something about Danny DeVito. Okay? And his wife, and I don't know why I can't think of her name right now, but her acting was perfect. Okay? And I wish she had gotten more roles. because I thought she was very good. I don't even know if they're still married or anything. I just know that I hadn't heard anything about Danny in a while, and today I did hear that. But again, if you want to believe in something, that's up to you. If you want to think that what you believe is the truth, that's up to you. I am not going to convince you of anything other. I got people coming to me with what they think is their research on this and that and the other. I don't care about your stupid research. I don't give a what research that's what you did. If that's your research and you believe in it and you trust it, then you stick to that junk. Your research is not mine. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have people who come to me all the time with research on the courts. For instance, I want you all to pay attention to this. All rise. The Honorable Judge Crawford has taken the bench. You may be seated. Now, the all rise is a command. Do you know where that comes from? Do you know why they say all rise? Do you? Ladies and gentlemen, you are dead. And so the priest in the black robe is conducting a resurrection. All rise. What did Jesus say? He says that the dead will rise when they hear the voice of the Son of Man in the last day. Not the last days, the last day. The last day is the 1,000 years. 1,000 years is to God as one day. The 1,000 years is the last day recorded in the Bible. That's why it's called the last day. These are called the last days because it's before he brings about the destruction of wicked mankind. So these are the last days. The resurrection day, 1,000 years, is called the last day. So, all rise is a resurrection proceeding. It is them practicing religion in the courtroom. They are conducting seances. They are calling or summoning the dead to court. That's okay. It's all right that many of you don't know these things. Now, you can't go into court saying these things. No, 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 no. You don't go in there talking about, and y'all, no, you go in there asking a question. Go in there saying, you know what I heard? I heard that you guys be doing these religious ceremonies. Yeah, that you be practicing the resurrection of the dead and everything because you be calling these upon these individuals through resurrections. And I just need to know, how true is that? Something's got to give. So answer my question. Your Honorable. They'll never answer that question. And so when you ask a judge a question, pay attention, y'all, because you need to hear this. You need to understand this because many of y'all not going to get it. When you ask a judge a question, the judge doesn't answer you. Then you say, based on your silence, then I'm going to rely on the fact that what I just stated is the truth. Based on the judge's silence. If I just said that they're practicing religion and that the judge knows they're practicing religion and that they are intentionally misleading the public and they don't correct me, then because they have a duty to respond to my question, that's a legitimate question, then I can rely on the fact that they did not challenge it or rebut it, that it stands true. So while they're conducting their seances, and while there is a podium that a person stands in front of, known as an altar, what, you didn't know that they were doing a religious ceremony? They'll let you know. That's why they serve the goddess Justice, a foreign pagan god. That's the whole system. Once you guys get it, once you understand it, Once you see, pay attention, what's going on in the courtroom, then you can better navigate. Again, I'm not saying that I have it all, down, but you know what I can tell you? I can tell you for a straight fact that I know what I know, and they don't say nothing to me. Okay, stupid is as stupid does. The judge doesn't say anything to me. The judge doesn't bother me. The judge, when I go to court, they don't challenge me. They don't. Why? They don't respond to any of my questions, but I hadn't been holding them to their stupidity when they don't respond. Why? Because I need to get it documented what they're doing. Like I said, my job is to go after judges now. Look up the phrase acting in clear absence of all jurisdiction. Acting in clear absence of all jurisdiction. Okay? Acting in clear absence of all jurisdiction. That's the charge you must bring against the judge. Acting in clear absence of all jurisdiction. You can accuse a judge of anything, but acting in clear absence of all jurisdiction is the one you need to accuse them of, because that's the one that nails them in the head. Acting in clear absence of all jurisdiction, you bring forth a criminal complaint against the judge. You file your criminal complaint in the court with the presiding judge. You file it with the main court. If it's the Supreme Court for the state or the Circuit Court of Appeals, you file that complaint. Doesn't matter how you file it as long as you give them notice of the judge's conduct and tell them you're petitioning for redress by filing a complaint for redress of grievance. Then you file the same complaint with the Attorney General's office. Now you can file a lawsuit against the judge and they can't say anything. Why? Because you brought criminal information against the judge. If they choose not to proceed with the investigation on the criminal information, that's on them. But you can now bring a lawsuit against the judge. Why? Because the judge has criminal information being filed against them, and by law, they cannot be seated and receive a salary. Well, no, I'm told that they can receive a salary. They just can't take on any cases. Not just cases with you, but cases period. So long as that bad behavior information is on the record. Sorry, don't take my word for it. Do your research. Acting in clear excess of all jurisdiction. Okay? That's how you go after a judge. That's how you put a check on these ignorant judges that choose to do what they want to do. I have a client right now. The judge did something that they were going in for a writ of habeas corpus, and the judge got pissed off because they did a habeas corpus and decided to aggravate the sentence and give the person more time. Ladies and gentlemen, that's against the law. All you have to do is go to Harrison versus State of Arizona. They state the principle in that case right there. If you're going to aggravate the sentence as a judge, you must state on the record the reason for aggravating the sentence. And while stating that reason, you must also make it clear that the individual has committed new conduct that so shocks the conscience that it permits the aggravated sentence. In this case, the judge didn't do that. And now the individual is in jail. So I wrote something for them to assist with that. No obligation. They didn't ask. I voluntarily did that. What I'm trying to say is, I don't understand why people would want to offend me. Why they would go out of their way to offend me. When I'm trying to help you all, why some of you would do what you do. Remember I told you about the stand situation with the individual asking for the consult? who had an ulterior motive in asking for the consult? No, no, no. See, what he wanted to do was pit his knowledge against mine. He wanted to have a conversation. He wanted to do an interview. He wanted to go back and forth. He didn't want a consult. He wanted to show what he knew, what he learned. He wanted to take what I do and then incorporate what he had imagined could be done. But he wanted me to comport my knowledge with what he knew. Ladies and gentlemen, what the I'm sorry. First, that's never how a consult ever has been held to work. Now that's the first thing. The second thing is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand it. Literally, I don't understand it. I don't understand why he would even think that that would be a consult. That's not even anywhere near a consult. That's an interview, and the type of interview CNN does or Fox does, where the person gets to debate and go back and forth, and they get to critique. That's not a consult, people. That's consults have never been done that way. So I don't understand, people. Now there's some of you out there saying, "Well, I told you that something like this would happen. And, well, you should have known better. You know the type of people you're dealing with." There are some people going to say stuff like that, and they're right. They're not wrong. They are right. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I understand the people I'm dealing with. Lord have mercy, do I understand the people I'm dealing with? But even with that being the case, I still don't understand why people operate the way they do. And I promise you, the God that I serve, I'll be glad when he gets rid of the stupidity on this planet so that that type of stuff doesn't happen anymore. Like I said, I woke up this morning feeling very good, having a very good day. I am now getting ready to go and finish up my day, go and get some water, and hopefully the rest of my day will go better. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies. Hey, George Benson, the great George Benson, and this is from the Reason album. All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are really happy here, aren't we? All right, have a good day, everybody.